What's going on, guys? Frank Rich coming at you today from Critical Bench Compound, Tampa Bay, Florida, creative mass setting muscle. And in this video, we're going to discuss the hot debate or the big discussion that seems to be going on in the bench press world or community. Elbows tucked versus elbows flared, and which one is best. Now, before we really get into the actual discussion, I think it's important to understand that this topic or your choice is going to be determined by what is your training goal. So you can either be training for strength and powerlifting, or you can be training for muscle building or hypertrophy. And I know there's going to be a lot of things kind of in between, but for the sake of this video, kind of use these as the two pillars of our discussion. So in training for strength and powerlifting, you're probably going to want to bench press one particular way. In training for muscle building, you're going to want to do a different approach to how you perform the bench press. And let me explain to you why. In a powerlifting or in a strength training world or approach, you're looking to utilize as much muscle force and as many complementary muscles to move the load. So you're going to want to put yourself in a position to where you can maximize your ability to use all those muscles to move the weight or to move the load. And in training for muscle building or in training for hypertrophy, you're looking to become inefficient. So you want one muscle doing as much or all the load as possible. So this is where your counterbalance or difference is going to become in choosing if you're going to go elbows flared versus elbows tucked. So talking about muscle building first, if we're thinking of using the bench press, which most people are going to be to train and build our chest, we're going to want to isolate and use that chest as much as possible. And knowing that the chest is responsible for horizontal adduction of the upper arm, all we're thinking about doing is bringing our upper arm, our humerus, across our body. So how can we put our body in the position to be at the greatest advantage to do that? Well, if we're thinking about bringing our upper arm across our body, where is our elbow going to want to be? And as you can see, it's going to be flared or completely out from our chest. And in addition, if we're trying to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible in our chest, we're looking to work with the line at which those muscle fibers actually run. So the majority of our chest fibers are going to run directly horizontal. You have some that are going to run kind of vertically here attached to your upper chest, but the majority of these fibers are going to run horizontally. So we want to put this position where it can work at that greatest advantage. So that's going to be a elbows flared approach to doing the bench press. So if you're training for muscle building, you want an elbows flared. Now, knowing if we're training for powerlifting or training for strength building, like we said at the beginning of the video, we're looking to incorporate or utilize as many muscles as possible. So this is where we're going to want to get some front delt involved, some of our triceps, and obviously a big component of our chest as well. So this is going to be in a position where we can maximize those muscles and probably going to be more in a tucked position. What this is also going to do is this is going to allow us to put our back in more of an arched position. So in powerlifting, the greater we can, or I'm sorry, the less that we can create this distance. And I'm not really much of a powerlifter, so I don't have the best setup. But if we can shorten the range at which we're pressing, which is going to be here as opposed to this, you can see this is a shorter range of motion. That's putting yourself in a greater advantage to move that load. So this is going to be an elbows tucked position. So this is a shorter distance than this. And obviously, if our goal is moving as much weight as possible, the shorter distance we have to move it. So let's go through those both, starting with the elbows flared or the muscle building hypertrophy approach first. So unloading the weight here. As we said, all we're thinking about doing is moving our upper arm across our body. So as we can see, this is going to be an elbows flared position. Now our powerlifting or our strength training approach, we're going to want to bring our hands closer in. This is going to allow us to once again have a more tucked position, and is going to incorporate and involve much more of that front delt, tricep, and then obviously some chest as well. As far as a powerful position, this is going to be better for you. So the great debate, which one is better, which one is best for you, it's going to be determined by what is your strength training or what is your goal when walking into the gym. I hope I cleared that up for you. So if you know you're building for muscle, elbows flared completely out to the side. If you're building for strength, powerlifting, elbows tucked. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you found value in this video. Hope it helps clear up some of those questions you might have had about how you should be properly bench pressing. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a video thumbs up. Also, leave us any comments below. Let us know what you thought. Which type of bench press are you currently doing? We'd love to hear from you guys. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn the post notifications on so you're notified every single time a video is released. Other than that, guys, Frank Rich coming at you from Critical Bench Compound. We'll talk to you soon.